Hello and welcome to Space Engineers. I'm Duke Skyloafer. I'm back. It's been a while since we've done some Space Engineers. I need to take a minute to welcome... I was going to welcome my first member of the channel, Engineered Coffee, and I still am doing that. Thank you, Engineered Coffee. I talked to you offline, and I am so thankful that you became a member. And now I've got Marcus. Just became a member. Marcus, thank you so much. I've already updated the screen that I've never even showed anybody that says thank you to everybody, but thank you so much. And Toshiro, thank you for joining. Toshiro was here for my whole Minecraft stream yesterday, which was a trippy event, I would say. And Rumblestrip, of course. Rumblestrip is here. My longest running consistent follower. Appreciate it. But yeah, the Minecraft stream yesterday was it was one where my son had been asking me for a while, like, can I do a stream with you? Can I do a stream with you? And I'm like, what do you want to stream? Like, we got to, do something that both of us like, and I don't care about Roblox. So we landed on Minecraft, which he also enjoys, and I do enjoy, although I don't usually play of my own accord. And it turned out to be a hilariously good time, if I do say so myself. Today, of course, this is Designated Survivors, the stream where I stream with two other folks who are not here. Literally not here. I don't even know where their bodies got vacuumed up to. Due to the circumstances, neither one of them was able to join today. So, yeah. Yeah, they're completely gone. They're completely gone. So, let me talk a little bit about why their bodies are completely gone. They are... we had a power outage, basically. Between the last... Usually I shut the server down when we're not playing. Sometimes I leave it running if I want, like, ore to refine and stuff like that, but I left it running, and the power went out on the base, and all of our bodies died. And so they are in the ether, and they'll have to spawn back in the next time they join. So, since then, I have done... What am I doing here? Always going open all the doors. Since then, I have done a very small amount of work on the base. If you recall the last time we were here, which was a while ago, we did make a decision that due to quirks of the server and the weird shape of the base, we're not going to try to pressurize the base. Because it does not stay pressurized even when it's completely airtight. It will just randomly, the game will just decide it is no longer pressurized. It causes all of my crops to die. It causes the airlocks to not be able to work correctly. So we have decided we are not even going to bother trying to pressurize the base. What we are doing instead is working on a ship. Oh, Rumblestrip. Rumblestrip and I have been talking about Star Trek Online for a little bit. Oh, I forgot that was where that was. Star Trek Online, a game that I've played for like 10 years and haven't played in a while. Might get back into it just because Rumblestrip's getting my interest back up. So anyway, we started building the Eagle 5, which is a ship that was originally designed partially in the Distant Stars series, and then completed in the Stellar Garage series, in case you want to go back and look at the history of this ship. We're slowly putting it together. It is contributing to power with its solar panels, but it's also contributing to the power loss because I'm trying to charge up its batteries. But I did throw a little uranium in the fire, so we've got a nice extra boost of power going on, and at least the fish tank is done. That's the important thing. So back over here, you will also notice a new thing on this side of the base, which is that I have built a second solar panel over on this side. The only difference, it's the exact same design. The only difference is that this one is all oxygen, just because I've also had issues with the oxygen tanks being weird, so I'm just overwhelming us with free oxygen, basically. So, between all of that, and we still have, I've still got the algae farms turned off over here because I left the server running one time and we are overwhelmed with algae. Enough to probably last us a very long time, so. Eventually, so I do have a plan, by the way. This is getting a little bit off topic. Let me go down in the shade. Where's the sun? Let me go down in the shade for a minute here. So I can get out of the radiation. Farmhand, the script that I've been working on, which hasn't had an update. What did I just kick? Hold on. Okay, sorry. Farmhand. I haven't been had much time to work on it because I was traveling for the past week. I wasn't on vacation. This was a work trip, but it was kind of like a vacation because it was a fun work trip. It was a workshop week. But I did get to fly to Houston from Chicago. Didn't experience any of the delays other than technical issues with the plane, which seems to happen pretty frequently no matter what. But it was a good week. It was a good week, but it did mean that I couldn't work on Farmhand and I couldn't work on anything on Space Engineers at all. So, but I have made a lot of progress on the graphical UI, and yeah, exactly. Algae overwhelming. I have made progress on the graphical UI. It's looking good enough. I got to tweak a couple of the layout things on certain sized panels. Certain sized panels are not playing nice with the math that I've set up for drawing the things, but it's for a first pass. I think it's starting to look pretty good. And then I do intend at some point. Oh, a space pirate vulture. He better not come over this way, because the Eagle 5 is not in a fighting state. It's not actually hooked up to anything. Hopefully he'll just pass on by. I don't even know what a vulture looks like anymore. I forget what these things look like. What was I going to say? Completely forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah. Oh, eventually I do plan on trying to add some very basic inventory management features where you'll be able to tell it how many like seeds you want to keep in stock, and it will try to order them up. I don't know how complicated I'm going to get with it. I will probably try and keep it really simple, but that'll be for a future thing. All right. I'm going to oh, that's not how you do spectator cam. I'm going to spectator cam. Where am I? Oh, cool. I want to spectator cam this guy. Hang on. Just because I want to see what he looks like. Went too far. Oh, it's this guy. Okay. He's not terribly heavily armed, as I recall. Does have a big gun on one side. I don't remember how to do relative spectator. The button with the button. What button was that? No. Anyway, either way, I think he's gonna go. He's gonna go past us probably. Okay, so what else did I do? I don't think I've done anything else. We're gonna get all of today, since it's just me, is gonna be working on getting the Eagle 5 built and ready to go. So I'm gonna turn on we have a good amount of the various ores at the moment. We are going to turn on the build and repairs. Are you on? You're on. Oh, they are on. Okay. Oh, they are on. Why aren't they? Oh, because the projector isn't on. That's why. He seems like he's not going to come close enough to care about us, which is good. All right, yeah, we'll get the projector back on here. And then we should get back to building this. So we may have to, at some point, go out for some various different ores. Are we building? Anybody see any building happening yet? Should get some binoculars and go look at that guy. Yeah, I think he is just about to start moving away from us. What's going on with these stairs? They exist, but not really. Can't tell if anything's actually being built over here. Hey Dino, or Dino, which one is it? Let me know. Welcome to the stream. Does Control Z, Rumble Strip, does Control Z work in, let me sit in the chair for a second. Does that work in Spectator? I think I tried to do that. Let's see. Let's scoot up back to here. Where are you at? Control Z. No, that doesn't work. That only works when you're your actual person. Either way, I would like to know why I can't move for one. There we go. Oh, look, I'm lagging myself out, and I'm the only one on the server. So, what does it look like? Some things, nothing's getting built by the build and repair. I want to be able to do other things while it's building. Are we waiting on stuff? No, we're building things. That's a good sign. Maybe it's just slow and I don't see it. They idle. Okay, welding, idle, welding. Okay, so they're doing stuff. Good. Oh, yep, there you can see it up there. It's building. Now, one hilarious bit of information is that I didn't realize when I placed this how close this was to the solar panel. And there is a good chance that this solar panel is going to smack into the end here. I stared at it for a while as it swung close, and I believe it just barely misses the ship, which I think is hilarious. So, but yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that as it's getting built. I'm going to try and turn off the thrusters as they're getting built, and then we're going to try and figure out what's the next thing we need to go and mine, because I'll probably just go and do that now. So, come on in. Let's see. Where's my nearest inventory? Alright. Ingots. Where's my ingots at? Alright, so we don't have a lot of silver, but I don't think we need a lot of silver. We probably could use more gold. We'll probably burn through that pretty quick. Decent amount of platinum we've got stored up. That's good. Silicon and nickel we might run into issues with. At least we got plenty of ice. We'll be able to use the base's built up hydrogen to fuel the ship. It does have a hydrogen tank, right? It doesn't have any hydrogen thrusters, I don't think. Yeah, either way. Maybe gold is what we'll get. Do we have anything in the refineries at the moment? Nothing's refining, so maybe we'll just go and run and get some gold. As long as it's not in the direction of that ship, that pirate ship, we should be good. Taking the long walk down the hall here. Alright, let's open the hangar door. My original plan for today was going to be teaching the guys the basics of building like a small grid ship. Yeah. Put thrust in every direction, put a cockpit on it, put gyros, get power, whatever. So, we'll do that next time. Let's see. This thing should be auto set up to do everything, but I need gold. The dope ore barracks. Gold blob. I think that's it. I think I've just got this one. So where is that at? Iron. I was out getting some iron recently. Get rid of that. Okay, the gold is that way. Is my pirate gone already? I believe my pirate friend is gone. That's good. Let's go get the gold. Go for the gold. Oh, that was close. That was very close. I gotta be careful we don't hit this solar array. It was an unfortunate placement, but I had to put it like in line with the existing piping. I didn't want to spend the time to run piping all the way around just yet. So that was the best I could do with it. I put it out further, like its column is longer than the other one, but it is still a bit in the way. So where's the gold? There's the gold. And hang on, this is a little touchy for some reason. Off we go. Perfect. So this is going to be a mining talking stream for the most part, I think. And we'll just let the Eagle 5 get built up until we run out of stuff. I was going to build more built-in repairs, but I think they're going to overwhelm the assembler's ability to do assembly stuff. Now, one thing we could do, if we wanted to, the Eagle 5 doesn't have its own built-in repairs, but it does have its own assemblers and refineries and stuff. So if we do run a conveyor out to it, we could use all of its stuff to build itself. So that's a possibility that we could look into. Speaking earlier of members and people who have become members, if you've watched the membership video that's on the channel, it's somewhere in the video history. In there I said, you know, there's no real, like, there's nothing locked behind membership. There's no members only videos. There's no members only events. In the future I might do members only events. I kind of think that might be cool, but I don't like locking content like videos behind membership things. You know, there might be at some point something when there's enough members, but I don't, like, I never like locking, like, members only videos. You know, previews, maybe. Behind the scenes, maybe. There's no behind the scenes. Like, you're looking at the scenes. That's the problem. But, so there's, memberships are purely to show support, and that's pretty much it for the moment. And so I appreciate Marcus and Coffee doing the membership. I appreciate it. And if you know, here's another thing. Like, it's like $2.99 American to do. There's no tiers. There's only just the one. You get a nice little icon next to your name. You don't have to do it forever. If you want to do it for like a month and then cancel, you know, that's cool. I also accept super chats in the chat. But like I said, this is, like I said in that video, this is not my job. This is what I do for fun. So you do not have to pay me. You do not have to pay me if you don't want to, but I will not turn it down. Everybody could always use a couple extra bucks, which is why if it makes more sense for you to keep your couple extra bucks, you should just do that. And I'm not trying to, I want to be clear about this. I'm not trying to, like, be down on people who are constantly pushing for memberships and merch and stuff, because some people, and I know some people who watch the stream, this is their job. It's their livelihood. And so I totally get, like, yeah, you want to, you know, try and get as much income as you can, and you try to offer a good product for the money so that people don't feel like they're getting gypped out of it. And so, like, I'm not saying, you know, I'm special because I'm telling you not to subscribe or anything like that. I'm just saying, me personally, in my current situation, I do not need an extra couple bucks a month. So it is purely to show support. Okay. Now, I said I wasn't going to do tiers, but actually that was a suggestion that was good enough that I snorted a little bit, and I hope the noise suppressor did not let that through. But yeah, we'll do a $100 a month tier where I do cooking streams, and, you know, we do like live streams from the grocery store as I walk around looking for the materials. Now you can subscribe to the channel without becoming a member. That is free, and then you get notifications when I go live. And you can like the stream, which will tell the algorithm that this is a video or a channel worth promoting, and that will also help. In fact, that probably helps even more than becoming a member, to be honest. Talking in the chat is a great way to help the channel, like Miguel here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. If you watch a VOD later, a video on demand, and you leave a comment or a like, that also helps. There's many, many, many free things that you can do to support the channel. Yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully YouTube always keeps the distinction between subscriber and member. Twitch still has like follows and subscriptions. They still have that dichotomy, but man, it takes forever to mine gold, doesn't it? Pixel Daddy O, thank you. That helps. Actually, I don't know how much it helps, but it helps more than nothing. So that's all we need around here. The others are not joining tonight for various different reasons. But hopefully they will be back next week, and we're going to do a building tutorial. This is going to be a boring stream. I didn't intend for that to be a pun, but yeah, it's a pun. We're going to be boring through all of this rock for most of the stream, and then building the Eagle 5, or rather letting the robots build the Eagle 5. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Rumblestrip. I started on Twitch, doing the streams on Twitch and then editing the VODs and uploading them to YouTube. And that was getting me like nowhere, and it was a lot of extra work. And being on YouTube and streaming, and then it just automatically becoming a VOD with the chat replay and everything, it is a much nicer experience for me as a streamer. And maybe if I was streaming different games, it would make a difference. Like if I was I don't know what's popular on Twitch these days besides like oh, hold on. Stop. Yeah, Fortnite? Valiant? I don't know. Valorant? That's the game. What is popular on Twitch right now? Because that's, if I was one of those, then maybe it would be better to be on Twitch. Or maybe not, because it gets overcrowded out there on the more popular games. So where did I leave? Wasn't it? Wait, it was like right. Did I lose my GPS? Did I turn off the moonlight? Oh, they're connected. It's over this way. There it is. There it is. Alright. This thing is going to be hard to fly. Should I fill up the drills? How much gold do I have here? I've got a lot of gold. Yeah, let's fill up the drills. Let's fill up the drills, and then as long as I'm here, where is it? Gonna have to come in slowly because we're getting really heavy here. Yeah, and yeah, that's the other thing is, even as a viewer, it's gotten a little rough. Like, I used to, even when I stopped streaming there, I used to not mind watching people there, but now even still, like I've got a free, membership thing. I've got a free subscription with Prime. Yeah, like I can give a streamer a free month anytime, and I don't want to watch things on Twitch. Basically, there's some things about it, like its integration with games, where you can do things in chat and it affects the game. Like, that would be nice if YouTube could do something like that. I think that would be cool. But overall, like, I don't know, there's far too many ads is one thing. I know YouTube's got a lot of ads too. YouTube is changing the way they're doing ads, I heard, where it'll put them side by side instead of taking you away Yeah, and then making you watch the ad and come back. I also love wheat thins, to be honest. Wheat thins are good. If you're watching the VOD and not watching the chat replay, I'm sorry that the things that I say don't make any sense. But you gotta understand the people I'm talking to in chat. If you knew these people, you would understand why my responses make no sense. Twitch sucks. I love wheat thins. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna bonk some stone. Bonk. That one's gonna come with us for a while. What is that programmable block right there? Oh, that's Shart. Okay. Alright, where's home? Home is this way. Yeah, we're not using Shart. It's just built into the blueprint. Here we go. Yeah, I also have YouTube Premium. It is nice to be able to just pay a little bit and turn off the ads. You know, with Twitch, the ads are turned off per streamer. You know, so you have to, when you subscribe to a streamer, the ads turn off just for them. That's really annoying. I can't. You know, sometimes I just want to watch people, and it's like, here's an ad every 8 minutes. Am I floating to the side? What happened here? No, not really. There we go. That's about right. Yeah, like I like the like space engineers like Zach will stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and I'm totally fine with that because I got the option to just watch it on YouTube. Plus, I think the people who hang out in the YouTube chat are cooler than the people that hang out in the Twitch chat anyway. So, all right, odds that I'm gonna smack into the base because I'm not gonna be able to slow down in time. Oh, Nightbot, you're working overtime today, aren't you? Are you serious? They added a thing where you can have like YouTube Premium, but the streamer gets nothing out of it? That sucks. Yeah, Twitch. I don't know. Where's the back? Where's the hangar door? I think I can see the new. Yeah, that should... Okay, so there's the Eagle 5. There's the new solar array. Turbo does give the streamers money? Okay. Well, if Twitch ever becomes a place that I feel like I want to hang out at again, then that'll be good. We'll probably just do that. Alright. How do I get around this thing? This was potentially a bad idea, putting this solar panel right here. We may, at some point, slice it off at the base and move it somewhere else. I put it there sticking out because it gets a lot more sun throughout the day. I'm going to go back to parking down here, I think. It was easier to get in and out. Come on. This is going to be a lot of gold. We're probably going to be good on gold for a while. Okay, there we go. Now, what else? Okay, let me just sit back in here and have a snack. Snack. There we go. And let's look at how we're doing on stuff now. So nickel and silicon still okay for now. Cobalt, good. How's our... You know what I don't see in here at all is iron. We're out of iron, aren't we? Yep. We're out of iron. What do we need silver for? Okay. Well, I guess we're going out for iron. Yep. Okay. Where is iron? There we go. That should be the main iron. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink of water, which is, I know I just said it a second ago, but this is when I usually take the time to ask people to please consider liking and subscribing. You do not have to buy a membership. You can all keep your money, especially you, Rumblestrip. Alright. Iron it is. Look how fast we're going now. Please don't hit that. Oh, where's the iron? It is this way. This is probably the same... I think that's my mouse doing. This is probably the same asteroid that has the ice on it, if I recall. Your knee is not going to last long? I should have double-checked how much of the Eagle 5 we have completed while I was gone. That was a lot of iron to put into a ship. I'll send you some gold, Rumblestrip. As soon as it's done refining, I'll send it over to you. I like these new drills. They're very cool. Actually makes me feel like I care about the orientation of them now. Need some more kelp. I know you can live indefinitely on kelp crisps, and it's really easy to get them infinitely as long as you have access to sunlight and algae farm, but I gotta say, it is really nice when you have like a meal and you can just go a very, very long time without eating and then just eat a full meal without having to eat a kelp crisp every like 10 minutes. Couple 100 pounds? Yeah, we can do that. I'll have to do the math, just since this game does it in kilograms. Or liters. I'm not going to convert liters of gold to pounds, but I guess you could, because I'm sure gold probably has a consistent density. Though I don't know that for sure. Okay, now we're not going to crash into it. Need longer spotlights. There it is. Alright. Still a good amount left after all this. Alright. Let's do it this way. Actually, let me do it for this one. Nope. This one. There we go. Now I don't have to hold the mouse button down. We're going to fill up fast on iron. I wish I had iron closer by. Maybe we should just mine the asteroid for stone for a while. And we got that whole big asteroid next to us. We could just eat it. I'm going to go ahead and fill the drills. That light coming on means the internal storage is full. Not counting the drills. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay. Now we're good. How do we get out of here? And where are we going? Off this way. Oh, an unknown signal. Not today. Automated grid miner, like it mines for a bit and then generates more drills as it goes, kind of thing. So you could kind of see it. I don't think you can actually see it, but you can kind of see, like, right there is the second asteroid that's right next to ours, and it has nickel on it. So if we ever need nickel, it's like right there. And of course, it has a ton of stone. So. Nope, not today. Wait a second, what's this button on YouTube that I've never seen before? Hold on, did they add a feature? What is this? Engage with your audience. Oh. They've added the ability to switch the stream to members only. Well, what do you know? That's relevant. I'm not going to do that, though. Let's see, we could start a Q&A. Or we could start a poll. I don't think I've ever used the Q&A. I'm not going to use it. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Let's do a Q&A. I'm gonna... What should the topic of the Q&A be? I'm gonna start a Q&A, and then you're gonna submit questions, and I'm gonna answer them. And that's how we're gonna kill time while the ship is getting built. I could do could just do an AMA style, ask me anything. Or it could be about a specific topic. I'm not obligated to actually answer any questions. Not a binary question. Oh, okay. Let me land the ship, and then we'll see about starting a Q&A of some sort. Where am I coming in at? Okay, so there's the... That's right, I gotta go kind of around the top-ish. Oh, we're still coming in awfully fast. Well, at least we're gonna not hit the asteroid as we go by. Right. Perfect. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Rumble Strip. Not bad. Oh, actually not bad. Maybe I should make like a automated docking, you know, put an AI block on here with a recorded path just for flying in the front door and docking up to things. You think it would be able to handle it? Probably not. This way. There we go. And we're taking the ore. There we go. Alright, that iron is probably going to be refined and gone in no time. But let's go. Here, I'm just going to do this. Ask me anything. I've never done a Q&A before, so we're going to see what it does. Right. Now, if I'm looking at chat, can I still see that? Or not? Okay. Good. Throw your questions in there. I'm testing this out. We'll see what happens. Alright. Let's go through the base. Eat another kelp crisp. The doors aren't really the problem. It's the, if I could move the solar panel out of the way temporarily, that would be good. Oh, we're looking real good here. Yeah, we're looking there. Good there. We're looking very holographic up here. That's something. Yeah, we've got some bits in. Got some bits in place here. Got some new thrusters in that are turned on. Turn those off to save a little bit of power. Big one's on over here. What else we got? Oh, all these new ones over here. Oh, this is good. The fact that all these are here, I should really just do this in the terminal, but the fact that all of these got built means we did not run out of platinum, which was my main concern. But I think my other... I honestly think iron and gold are going to be the big concerns for the remainder of this, because we... Have we built the jump drives yet? Nope, not yet. Do we have 3 jump drives or just 2? I don't remember. This thing's not really designed to go super far. Mostly just designed to get out of trouble. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot more iron. A lot more iron. So those are built. I think there's still a set. No, those are built. Where's there another set? There's another thruster pod that'll appear underneath there. Ow. Yeah, there's a whole nother thruster pod that hasn't been built at all yet. That'll appear on this side right here, on the side of these refineries. We could try... Let's see. We could run a... I don't know if all of the connecting pipes are done yet. I do like how this thing is building these things halfway. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's just welding them to 50%. That's... Is everything welding to 50? Is it just getting bored? I bet it's running out of steel plate for something. Stopping because of that, and then picking another one that it hasn't been started yet to weld up. Although it's odd that most of them are stopping at 50%. I don't even think that's an option for... I think the only options are like stop at functional or stop at hack. I don't believe there's a 50%. Anyway, what I was thinking was, we could run a conveyor out and just connect it up to one of these connectors here, and then, assuming the interior of the ship's piping has, actually gets done, then we'll be able to use the refineries and, more importantly, the assemblers to keep the ship fed. There isn't a closer connector, is there? Like one on hanging out on the side here? I don't think so. Because I think we put turrets where those would be. Well, that's the other part. Then its turrets would become active too, and we would be able to use them for defense. So. Yeah, I think we used to have a docking port on the side, and we decided it would be better to have a turret there. Alright, let me get some... Hopefully I can grab some... What do we need for... What do we need for pipes? We need interior plate? Interior plate. Where am I going to come off? Let's see. We could go... There's piping running to this. What's going to be the best way to do it? I actually think maybe... Just so that I don't break this off here, I think I'm going to come out of this one, go around. Actually, where are the... Okay, there's one. Okay, so if I were to go along the side and then run along the side of this and then straight up into that one, will be good. So, that'll work. And I think I'm just going to do it pretty manually for now because the build and repair is getting pretty busy. Alright, now how do I... let's see, because that's there. Let's see, unfortunately because of the hitbox, I can't, like, come up and go past it. We could go under it, and then I would just lose my little design there, or I could go out and come back in. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, we'll just go to the side. Conveyor T. Function. There we go. I'm going to do it facing this way, which I wasn't doing before, but then at least it'll be visible, and I'll remember which way it is, because we'll eventually undo all of this. Oh, come on. Oh, you know what? Let's not... Yeah, let's not keep doing, Let's not keep doing armored ones. Static in the audio? It's been doing this to me lately. I feel like this is a... Sorry, I was messing with the microphone while I was talking that time. I feel like OBS is messing with me. This is not the one that you're going to hear. I could try, if it would make everybody feel better, I could try turning off the mic and turning it back on again. Which would basically require me to, like, leave... What? Like, go to a pause screen without the mic engaged, I think? It doesn't really have its own on-off button. 23, we'll be good here. Birdbrain, this is the build and repair mod. It does auto welding and auto grinding. Let me know in a few minutes if the audio doesn't get better. Or if it's like annoyingly bad or just like an inconvenience bad. Oops, did I go too far? I went too far. Alright. Let's throw on one of these. And then we'll just connect them up. And we'll be able to pull stuff into the base from there. And then most likely we're going to have to go and get more iron. Because... yeah. Because... come on, do this thing. I'm not worried about these half-welded blocks at the moment because they will eventually get welded. The build and repair will eventually, when it runs out of other things to do, come back and weld these all up, so not worried. It does make it look kind of cool. Usually with when you're working with the build and repair, you don't get to see like build states very often. You know, so it does create like it does create a cool, like, yeah, this ship is actually under construction kind of look, which I don't see very often, because I'm either, when I'm building manually, I'm usually either not welding everything and then welding everything all at once. So everything's it's either all build state or it's all welded. And to have this kind of like random build state look to it, it looks cool. It looks cool. Alright. We might already be out of iron. But I'm going to turn this on. Connected. Now, what are we going to control now that we're connected in there? Oh, this is OBS's fault? Oh, jeez. Here, hold on. I'm going to go to the pause screen real quick, which should... actually, I think it's going to engage the other... it'll turn off the mic and turn on the pause music, and then in a few seconds I'll bring it back and we'll see if anything has changed.
Low.
Any better? I turned off the extra music too. Background music. Let me know. Let's see if I'm... is that staticky too? I have to go get some power. Okay, good. What if I bring the music back? Okay. Let's see. Q&A. Will I use a broadcast controller for quote-unquote quote shenanigans? Now, I try not... you know, the thing is once you shenan once, I'm going to shenan again, so... but, I do... so, this, not this miner that I'm currently in, but the miner that we have, that I was using, when it was built, we didn't have broadcast controllers, and so it did use the SHART script, which stands for something. Is it subgrid? No, it's something, antenna, remote, trigger, something. But we don't need it anymore. and I did use it back then to open the door. I believe it was the garage door opener, but it was also the when I would take the tools that are the multi-tools on the front of the miner that can disconnect, they would get stuck onto a mag plate that would hold them in place, and then I would disconnect. And so when I would reconnect, I would connect up and then hit Start, and it would tell that mag plate to disconnect so that I could fly away with the multi-tool attached. So we could do the same thing with the broadcast controller, and it would be even easier because we could just use broadcast channels to tell it which thing to turn on and off. So I would be in favor of that. And I think it would also... yeah, we could also... Oh, we could do so much stuff. Those guys have no idea broadcast controllers even exist. So, feel free to throw your most devious suggestions in the chat for what we could do with broadcast controllers. So, for example, this multi-tool has its own clamps, so it can just stick anywhere. What is this? Oh, no. Oh, no. How did I... Wow, how did I barely miss that with the... when I parked this here? Ooh, am I going to be able to get that, or are we going to have to kind of bring the... Or is it not going to matter? I don't want to damage the thing. This feels like a Doom voxel. Oh, I thought I hit the Mac plate. Okay. Well, that's good. Problem solved. Ire, you're not late. Ire arrives exactly when he intends to. I'm glad you made it, though. Work trip was very good. I had a very good time. It was a 4-day workshop, and I learned a bunch of stuff. So, where am I going? Iron? That's the hangar door. Hold on. Iron. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I think it would be good once we get the Eagle 5 set up, because the Eagle 5 also has... Actually, wait, is this true? Did we set up... Hang on. Not so loud. I'm trying to remember. Did we set up on the Eagle 5 places for this miner to dock its multi-tools? I feel like we did. Because the original version definitely had spots to dock the multi-tools. So we could set up broadcast controllers to be able to signal those things. Oh, I should add some Halloween themed mods onto the server. Like, you know, we'll just put like a pumpkin somewhere, like in the meeting room or something, and when they get really close to it with a sensor, we'll have it like say something spooky at them. That'll, you know, that's a nice, you know, not going to take me all year to set up kind of a deal. Hey, Brian. Welcome to the stream. Okay, that's funny. Ire, I was trying to catch up on your 100 Days Survival. I didn't get to see it live while I was traveling, and I have not fully caught up on it yet, but I'm hoping to do that before Tuesday, just so that I can be, you know, not completely confused by all of what I'm sure the tons of changes. I did get to see your little bit of your greenhouse showcase with Engineer Coffee. Good looking stuff in there. If you guys don't know, Ire Build and Beats, go subscribe to his channel. Builds and Beats. He does those two things. Almost there. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have my partners in crime with me today, so I have to crime by myself. But we're just working on collecting materials, getting the big ship done so that we could have shenanigans. And that's that. Oh, I discovered some drillers. Where? Oh, there. Survey drone. Cool. Yeah, I saw, actually. I saw on the Discord that you were doing that. That is a good idea. I do that half-assedly with the main goal. And actually, I should mention this because someone did ask me about this. I don't edit the VODs because then you lose the chat replay ability. So the timestamps on my videos are very generic. It's like, this is the point where the opening music ends. If it goes to like a pause screen, this is when it starts and stops. When the ending music starts, so that if you are watching the VOD and you don't want to sit through the opening music, you could just jump straight to through the timestamps. But I don't do a detailed breakdown like some other more professional people do. I should though. The problem is, so the thing is, I have a button on my Stream Deck in front of me, and I could push the button, and it will mark a timestamp for me. And I just forget to push it. The chat replay is still there. Did they change that? Because I used to edit VODs in the beginning, and it would always lose the chat replay as soon as you started taking things out. The stream marker system that I use is custom built. I don't mind sharing it with people if they want to, if they feel like running Docker containers on their computer, which is what mine is doing. But oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like, people would ask me, why don't you edit? Oops, hold on. People would ask me, why don't you edit the VOD to take out the that bit of time at the beginning where it says like starting soon? And if you edit that to take it out, then you lose the chat replay, which is why instead I put the chapters in, and then the chat replay is still there. That's what I was getting at. Why don't I see my... Oh, there we go. Okay. Where are we? We need a closer source of iron. We need to move this asteroid closer to the base. Right around there. Good enough. You know, I get it. Having like 2 to 5 minutes of just starting screen on a VOD is kind of annoying because you expect to jump straight into it, but like I've watched plenty of VODs where that was the case at the beginning, and like usually if I care, I just skip till I see video. Like, you kind of, you know, one could assume that eventually a stream happens. But I get it. People's time is important, and I don't like wasting it, so that's why the timestamps exist. But I have thought about maybe it would be, you know, it just occurred to me. I'm sitting here talking. You guys are probably looking at me going, why isn't he flying home? I had the dampeners on. I completely forgot. I was reading chat and spacing out. Midlife crisis grid. Sorry, I'm reading the Q&A chat now. Midlife crisis grid. I don't even know what that would be. Is that more than I can afford? Is it full of gold? Is it like a hot rod? Is it like a... Because I do have a flying hot rod. It's atmospheric only, though. There we go. All right, now I was going to make a very important point, and of course I've forgotten it. But, I was thinking maybe it would be Yeah, because I have seen where people, like the starting screen is on, waiting to start the actual stream, but the streamer is still, like their mic is on and they're still talking with chat while the stream is waiting to start. And I've thought about doing that. I mean, I have the ability to do that quite easily. I actually have a button for it if I wanted to. I just usually don't do it because people aren't always there at the very beginning, which is why you have the starting screen. I've also thought about going back to at the way back at the beginning of my streaming. I would actually go on video, like with a camera, and chat with people before even starting the game. We would just have like a quick chat, and then at the very end, I would go back on camera and quick chat, which is why, if you go back and you want to see a face reveal, just go find my earliest videos and you'll see me. I probably look significantly younger because it was like, 4 years ago, but so I've thought about doing that. I don't mind. My office is kind of currently in an intermediate state where we're redoing some things, so it's not like it doesn't really have a good backdrop at the moment for that kind of thing, but thought about putting my face in the corner or something like that. Be hard to, I don't want to cover up important bits though, so that's kind of really the only thing. Plus, the other reason that I don't put my face on during the stream is so that you can't see me just like taking a moment to like yawn because I've been doing it so long and I'm exhausted. All right. Once again, going too fast. I do think it's nice to just chat sometimes. I used to do a podcast with my friend Pat, the guy that I stream with on Fridays. We used to do a weekly podcast that we started in 2012. And it was audio only. It wasn't on YouTube or anything. It had its own RSS feed. We did it for, I want to say, I don't know, many years we did it. Never really got a whole lot of followers, which eventually led me to believe that it probably wasn't that good. But hang on, got to focus here because I'm driving backwards. And then we did try to do it again on YouTube on video, and I just felt like the energy wasn't there, so this is easier for me to do. Which is why I don't normally say my real name on here. I always go by Duke, but I think you all have probably noticed that the people that I stream with are very bad at remembering to call me by my pseudonym. So my real name is not hard to find. I'm still not going to say it though, but you can go find it. It also occasionally shows up on the screen when I hit the Windows key by accident, which I finally did correct. It says Duke Skyloafer in the bottom corner now. So, but yeah, I am not an anonymous person for the most part. Gaming under the Duke Skyloafer name is mostly just for fun. Where am I even going? Why am I walking around inside the base? What is the goal here? What am I doing? Ingots. What have we got? We're probably going to be out of iron in no time. I should probably just go out and get more iron. Just go get more. I was excited to see, I'm not going to say it, but here's the hint, that my last name is the last name of the main characters in Space Engineers 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now that we are related. They are my my descendants. Whichever one of you subscribed during the stream, thank you very much. YouTube doesn't always tell me your name, but I do see number go up when that happens, so thank you very much, whoever you are. I will, I guess, take the opportunity to drink the water and say the official like and subscribe thing again. Let me do it the long way. If you're enjoying the stream in real life, please consider liking the stream on YouTube, which is like real life, but faker, you know? And if you'd like to get notified when I go live, please consider subscribing. And if you would like to support the channel with practically no benefit to yourself other than a little icon next to your name in the chat, like Mr. Marcus Retaken has, you could become a member of the channel if you would like. I'm almost out of water. I am drinking heavily today. Water. Drinking water heavily. Mostly because we're spending most of our time flying back and forth. I wonder if I should I build, I mean, if we weren't currently in the process of using all of the materials to build the Eagle 5, I wonder if it would make sense to build a trailer for this ship to do a bunch of mining and then try to bring it back home all in one trip. I like this song when this song comes on the random playlist. This is a good one. So, what else is going on with you guys? I've got a lot of time to kill while we fly back and forth here. Let's talk about the next survival series, because there's two things going on. One, I'm coming to the end of needing the Stellar Garage series to build things, so it'll go on hiatus, but we'll still use it whenever we need to build something in creative. And I want to start a new solo survival series. And as you may have noticed with this series, coordinating 3 people to play together consistently is difficult. So not only would I like to have a solo series to do on Thursdays, I would like to be able to jump into that same series whenever those guys are not around on Sunday, so that I'm not making tons of progress without them, basically. So, I think we talked last time, a week ago, about the ship that I'm currently building in Stellar Garage being something of a, like, find it, make use of it, maybe repair it kind of thing. And I'm actually thinking that what I'm going to do is crash it on a planet, essentially. Not too hard, but fake crash it on a planet. And, damage it a little bit, damage the core components. And then the goal will be to repair it and get to space. But it'll give me an opportunity to build up survival stuff on a planet, which I've not had a chance to do in an actual like series yet. I will say I have done a lot of farming because I need to try to come on, hey, fill up, drills. Okay, that's enough. I'm wasting iron. I've had to build like so many different kinds of permutations of farms and stuff in order to test farmhand. And I feel like I have no idea whether most of it is realistic or not. But I'm always like, as I'm putting stuff together for the script, I'm always like, what if they do this thing? Like, what if the group contains 2 farms that are on different subgrids? And what if the subgrids occasionally disconnect and reconnect? And, I'd have no idea if anybody would actually do that. But Or would you just put them in different groups? You know, I don't know. But all sorts of weird things. What if you purposefully lower the oxygen level in a room to halfway or whatever? Why am I burning? I'm not paying attention again. You know, all sorts of different scenarios that probably don't matter in reality. At this point, the script is pretty robust. I'm talking about Farmhand. If you're not familiar with it, go check it out on the Steam Workshop. It's a script, not a mod, and it's used to monitor the status of your farms and alert when various different things happen, like they are ready to be picked, or they are dying for some reason because somebody opened the door and all the air went out, or whatever it is. So, or you're running low on ice or whatever. So check it out. It is good. And I'm always looking for suggestions. Several of the features that have been added have come straight from the comments on the Steam Workshop page. Because the people are always like, man, it'd be great if it could do this. And I'm just like, damn, it would be great if it could do that. That's a good idea. and then there it is. So I've still got more plans for it. The next big update will be a new graphical system that kind of shows the growth and water levels of things. And then I've got some more plans for different graphical modes and other minor tweaks. So I think I mentioned I am going to look into inventory management, like a very light inventory management mode if you want it to try to queue up seeds for you. It already works if you're using a different inventory management script. Like there is another script out there. Someone actually posted a link to it in the comments of my script, because they do work well together. If you can have one alert the other and have it queue up things, and then it'll tell you when it's ready for planting, so you can go pick it. And then when a farm plot becomes available for planting, you can have the other script or queue something up and then trigger it to go planting you. So try to incorporate some of that into my script at some point in the future, but that'll be far off because there is a current solution for it with multiple scripts, but we'll just get there eventually. T-Mobile is getting on your nerves, huh? I could see that. You got oh. You didn't miss much. We went and got some more iron. And then we're about to smash into the asteroid because I'm not paying attention. Ooh, almost. We're gonna make it this time. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking for the next series. I need a suggestion for a planet. Whether... Oh, no. Well, we'll fix that. Don't worry about that. There goes my platinum. Oh, that's also my stopping ability. I should probably turn around. I need a suggestion for a planet, not Helgen. Not the... Is Titan the one... Oh no, Europa is the radioactive one, right? Titan is not. Is Titan radioactive? Yeah, it'll buff out. It'll buff out. The build and repair will eventually just fix it for me. I don't think anything fell off. It's just probably needs... Come on. Probably just needs the iron that I'm bringing home. Or it might need more platinum. If it needs more platinum, that would be a little bit rougher, but what did we lose? We lost 2 thruster components. That's not too bad. How are we doing on... Did we run out of platinum already? Nope, we did not. Plenty of platinum. So this will get fixed up in a few minutes. Yeah, I know Titan is the alien planet's moon. Because they made some of the moons radioactive, right? Like Europa is fully radioactive. Titan is not, right? Titan is one of those planets that I have not played a lot on. The moon, rather. That might be a good idea to start on Titan. It's a There's no atmosphere. There's spiders. Is there no atmosphere, or is there low atmosphere on Titan? Like, not breathable, but it's there. Kind of a deal. I don't remember. It would be good, I think, because the gravity is pretty low there, too, isn't it? There's atmosphere, but it's not O2. Okay, so we'd have to get ice. But it's got big ice lakes, doesn't it? Big green ice lakes. There's no... when you say exposure, do you mean like radiation from the sun type deal? I think I'm liking this idea. We'll do a Titan run. See how quickly we can get set up. Oh, I should eat a kelp crisp. I am starving, almost. All right. While we're waiting for this fire to get put out, I'm just going to fly around the outside. Let's see how the Eagle 5 is doing. Ooh, we've got some of the bay in the back now. We've got all of our... Hang on. All of our... Oh, offline. Oh, it's not... doesn't exist yet. We're almost there, assuming I ever get my friends back. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good. We might have... Oh, is this the other thruster pod? It is. Okay, so we almost have all the thrusters in place. Let's turn it off. No need to burn the power. You're off. Aw. Wait, is that the second thruster? No. There would be another one. No, that is it. That's all the thruster pods, right? Because there's that one. And then that one. And then that one. And that one. Yeah, there we go. We can turn you off. Anybody else's thrusters burning anything? Doesn't look like it. Alright, cool. So I think that's probably all the platinum. So, yeah, it's all just going to be getting more and more iron for the most part. The bridge is starting to come together. I can stand on it, captain on the bridge. My seat is ready. We can almost walk through the back here. This is where our ship's computer, the ship's motion controller sits right there. Oh, we still don't have these things. Oh, we're going to probably need more gold, aren't we? How are we doing on gold? Gold. Oh, still got 173. I don't think that's going to be enough. But... uh-oh. Pirate scout drone? That could be a problem. That could be a problem. Oh. Is this a window? That's a window. How do I get out of my ship? There it is. Yep, searching. Oh, you know what? I should get a gun, just in case. Just in case. Let's grab one of these. And... let's grab... I have the ammo for you, right? What's the ammo for you? It's this one? Yes. Give me like 20. Alright. Good. Then we'll make sure that the Carolina Reaper is good to go. It has no autocannon ammo. Do we have autocannon ammo? We don't have autocannon ammo, do we? What's the thing? Assault, artillery... Autocannon magazine. Okay. Leaves you here. Autocannon magazine. Let's just queue up a bunch, and then we'll tell Izzy to keep it up. We should have the magnesium for it, I believe. Alright, where is he? Still just searching. Oh, did I miss the medical shuttle distress? I didn't even see that. Okay. So, okay, so going back to the, the new series. So we have to actually finish the new ship first. And then we will, we'll start to set that up. But yeah, I like this idea of using Titan and then doing, just do a planet start on Titan and go from there. Does this thing have uranium in it? Okay, we're going to still need more of that. Gatling ammo looks good. Okay, so the little bit of uranium is in there. Actually, it's kind of a lot of uranium. But... I don't want to purposefully go after him just because it's just me here and not the other two guys, and I don't want to be responsible for the destruction of the base if I accidentally like lure them in here or lose the Carolina Reaper while leaving us defenseless. Not that we are actually. How defenseless are we at this point? Because is the Eagle 5's did its weapons get cargo? Yeah, the assault can't... Okay, actually, maybe we're not as defenseless as I think. The Eagle 5 is fully loaded, so... So if we need to, we might... It might probably be better to lure them in if they start calling anything in. But I think it looks like they are about to move away. So... Yeah, they're moving away now. Where are they? Did they find us? Did they decide we're here? They're still moving. Yeah, I think they're moving away. They're moving away. Yep. Alright. Well, good thing we set up that connector to the Eagle 5. So its weapons are all hot now. That's good. Did we repair my... Oh, good, we did. Okay. Good, I'll just turn you off. We didn't lose anything else, huh? Doesn't look like it. Cool. Alright. Alright, then. I don't know why I walked all the way around just to come out here. I am going to eat a kelp crisp. Alright, we're going to let him get a little bit further away, and then we'll go off on another... oh. Well. Yep. We might have a slight problem with the solar panels. I guess I miscalculated because I was checking when I turned on the whole projector and was like, okay, it looks like it misses completely, but apparently I miscalculated. And now it's just going to be stuck against the ship for a bit. I don't think it matters too much because I don't think we're getting any sun anyway at this point, so maybe when it spins back around it'll just unhook itself and point at the sun. And then once that happens, you know, the Eagle 5's solar panels also kick in. So, alright, we're almost certainly going to need more iron. In fact, I'm going to say definitely certainly going to need more iron because we haven't even built this entire side, basically. I think I'm going to actually, you know what? I was doing show only buildable, but I think I'm going to do show everything because then we can kind of get a sense of exactly how much is missing. Like this entire panel is missing. You know, we have our pod under there, our engine pod, but like all of this is still missing. So it's going to be a while. Going to be a lot of iron. So, is he in the direction of the iron? He kind of is. We're going to let him go a little further off, and then we'll head out and get another thing of iron. I would like to know what the odds are of us getting these jump drives completed. What's in it? There's no superconductors in it yet. Yeah, that's... we're going to need more gold. This one is more than half full of superconductors. What if... How many superconductors are we queuing up? Okay. Oh, I bet these assemblers are not on. We could be using these. And Izzy will just put them not in co-op mode, presumably. And then there's no Izzy running on the Eagle 5, so it can just... although... Oh no, it will use them. Okay, I forgot, for some reason I was thinking because I connected the pipes with a connector that it was a subgrid, but no, it's a full part of the grid, so it'll do it. So that will help. I'm assuming... Yeah, we have no superconductors at all on the base. And that is because we are out of gold. So, if I look at our main assembler, kind of assumed we would... Oh, wait, we're making superconductors right now. Did I... Or is this the last of our gold? 0.37. Yeah, this is the last of our gold. Alright, let's run and get some gold. Actually, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna get this unknown signal first. Maybe it'll have some seeds or a meal in it or something. Okay. This one that's going to fly away from me. Apparently not. Ooh! Oh, they fixed the thing that shows me the, whether or not I won. Oh, that was it? That's all you got? Okay, well, at least we'll get some stuff out of it.
Inventory full.
Oh. Well, I guess we won't get a lot of stuff out of it. What's in here? Anything good? Ice? I can only take a little bit. Alright, well, you have fun out there. I don't really need all that stuff. That is not the parts we need. Alright. Gold run, iron run. And then... where am I going? Here we go. Yeah, the sooner we can get this thing done... Oh, what's still on me? Oh, I have a lot of... I don't really need... You could have that. I'll just keep a little bit on me. Just in case. Alright. Where's gold at? Gold is not as far as the rest, which is good. Should be this way. Still pretty far, though. While we're flying, I'm going to stop the Q&A thing. So, get your last-minute questions in now. How do I stop this thing? End Q&A. There we go. All right. Cool. I take it this is the part of the stream where everybody's gone into stalker mode, which is fine. I know I stream kind of late for a lot of people. But if you'd prefer, we could speed this up by just admin spamming, like we could just generate some minerals into the cargo. Pretend we went mining. But, oh yeah, no, I get you. I get you. I know. Everybody's busy playing Space Engineers. I get it. Totally fine. I'm not being needy. I'm just saying. My kids are off work tomorrow, too, for fall break. I assume that's your... is that the same deal for you, Rumblestrip? Do you get fall break? Or is it just a regular day off? That sucks. We might have to widen up this hole a little bit. Let's just mine the edges a little bit here. We'll dump out the stone. Is your eyesight, not to pry, but is your eyesight expected to improve, Brian? So, Rumblestrip, are you looking for a new job after that? Is this just like a normal seasonal thing, or is this out of the ordinary? Enough. We'll go around all the edges here. Why not? Oh, that's good. Sorry, I'm saying that's good to Brian. Rumblestrip. I wish you the best of luck with that. I know you've had some rough times in the past couple years here. Things not going exactly to plan. takes a while to mine the gold. Rumble Strip, I'll expedite that gold that I was going to mail to you. I think we should build a bunch of Carolina Reapers, take the Eagle 5 and go attack this Factorum signal that's been sitting out there forever. Yeah, and certain industries are really struggling right now. I am thankful to continue to have a steady job, although my company, I won't say where I work, but my company has had layoffs like most technology adjacent companies, and I've thankfully survived them, but like the programming technology industry is rapidly destroying itself due to AI, and it is going to, in my opinion, because AI I don't think is going anywhere, as much as I know a lot of people don't like it. It's not going anywhere, especially maybe for products. Potentially it could eventually just become like a niche thing, but for programmers it is a very useful tool, and it is completely changing the way we work, and it's changing the way we hire. And that is like my industry is basically going to destroy itself in the next 2 years or so and completely replace itself with a different industry, which is not something I've seen happen this rapidly before. So, you know, I've used Farmhand. I will say, like, Farmhand, I've used AI. I use AI a lot. It's part of my job. I kind of have to. But like Farmhand is every AI that I've tried is really struggling to understand Space Engineer's sprite system. So all of this graphical stuff is just written by hand for the most part, and I've relegated AI to just be like, hey, just check this over and make sure it makes sense. You know, there's no, yeah. I am definitely of two minds when it comes to AI. I guess I'm getting into an AI conversation now. But I'm of two minds of it, because on the one hand, it is the technology that I've always wanted. You know, talk to the computer, get it to do stuff. It acts like it's a real thing, even though it's, you know, it's not. You know, but like as a programmer, I know not just what it's capable of, but like I know like how they work under the hood and everything, and so it's easier for me to understand like what's the most efficient way to work with one, and when is it a waste of time and stuff like that. So, but it, like, on the one hand, it is it has gotten very good. They've improved the accuracy significantly in the past like year or so, and they keep reducing the amount of energy that it uses. And it's, you know, we already use a ton of energy for like just data centers in general. It's ridiculous how much just computers in general use. Where's my GPS? Am I blind? Oh, it's down here. There it is. So, anywho, yep, that's the reality of it right now, is that if you want to be successful with AI, you need to understand exactly what it's doing, and you need to understand the output that it's giving. Because it still can easily produce garbage. And there's many techniques too, and I'm talking just programming right now. There's many techniques to get it to produce higher quality things, and it can do amazing things. With agent orchestration, you can do you can truly replace good amounts of your dev team, but if you're not careful, they will produce absolute garbage. So that is the reality now. And the existential crisis that I kind of have is that, why am I going straight at the base? This is a bad idea. Let's not do that. The existential crisis that I have is that we may come to a point at some point in the relatively near future, next couple of years, where we actually don't care about the underlying code that it generates, in the same way that we no longer care about the underlying machine code that compilers create. Whereas when higher level languages were first coming out, like the people who wrote assembly were like, I don't trust compilers because they're making inefficient machine code, you know. And we may just come to the point where we're like, yeah, we don't really care. It could do anti-patterns, whatever, who cares? We don't have to maintain it. The AI maintains it. So that's the reality where I start getting really worried. I fear that is coming. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue doing most of my programming by hand still, and using the AI as a partner. Yeah, I mean, there's worse ways to doom humanity. But, yeah, eventually we will get to a point where I kind of think it's inevitable at this point. I used to think that we will definitely save ourselves from it, but I think it is inevitable that we will just let these things control everything at some point. Why am I going in sideways here? And, oh yeah, this is a good angle to go in. This is lovely. Don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall. I've been extremely skeptical of AI since it came out. I've had to be convinced every step of the way, and you know, they do eventually convince me, but so now I'm just like, yeah, what are they gonna convince me of next? Oh, don't hit this too hard, don't hit it too hard. Okay, we're good. Yeah, when it was new, when it was brand new, like brand new, I was just like, yeah. And when I say like brand new, I mean, this is like my first. So, okay. So here's the thing. I took, when I was in college, all right, and I don't know if I can actually date myself. That Brian, yeah, you took a class in MS-DOS. When I was in college, my elective, senior year, I could do an elective, and it was on what we called neural networking back then. We didn't have another name for it, and it was what we would now call machine learning. And it was the first time I'd ever heard of this concept. And we programmed a neural net, essentially to do math. And you have to teach it, yeah, what's 1 + 1? It goes, I don't know. And you go, okay, it's 2. And then the next time you ask it, it goes, oh, it's 2. And then you do this enough times, and eventually you can start to kind of guess. You give it 2 numbers, And based on all of the other input it's ever seen, it can kind of guess what the answer is. And it's sometimes accurate and sometimes not. And then just imagine taking that and iterating on it over decades. And that's where we are now. And so, yeah, it'll continue to get better. Hopefully it'll continue to use less energy. I'm not really worried about the energy cost. I know a lot of people talk about the energy cost. That's a solvable problem. And it will get to a point, and it's actually getting there right now. It will get to a point where it's not a big deal. The ethical question of training data is the one that is, I think, there's no solution to that yet. And I would be okay if that is what tanks it. If it's like we can't come to a solution on that and everybody goes out of business because they legally can't access the amount of training data they need, then so be it. You got to play by the rules. That's the deal. But until they get around that, it's I'm not really worried about the rest of it. You people are all making me feel old, and I thought I was old. I had we used, what computers did we use when I was in college? Solaris? I want to say they were made by Sun Microsystems. I don't even remember. It was some really weird Unix or Linux. What was Solaris? Was it I don't remember. You all probably know. But we had, here's how you know how old I am. Wi-Fi was invented when I was in college, or at least became popular when I was in college. That was the goal. We were gonna go get iron. We still have a slight amount of iron. It'll be gone soon, though. Yeah. I graduated high school in 98. I don't know why I'm being so coy about my age. Like, I had a birthday stream last year, and we totally talked about exactly how old I was. And I just had a birthday like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't even mention it. But I also forget how old I am a lot. Like, I'm usually off by 1 year for some reason. And I usually actually have to calculate it by how old my daughter is, because she was born when I was exactly 30. Like, her birthday is like 2 weeks away from mine. 2 or 3. And so I'm always just like, how old is she? I'm 30 years older than that. No. Off we go for iron. Here's the thing. I appreciate that this is a game and a community that appeals to a wide range of ages. And I'm very happy to be a small part of that community. And I hope to still be in that community when I'm, 70 years old or whatever, assuming Space Engineers 3 or 4 or whatever is still going. I'm sure Skyrim will still be going. It'll be released in Neuralink. But, like this is a game that I do feel like, young people can get into it. No big deal. But a lot of older people, they just don't feel like video games are worth their time, and this one is. And I actually really like that about it. It's one of the reasons that I still play it, so. Because my reaction time has slowed enough that I can't really play other faster games. Like, I try to play Marvel Rivals every so often, and I'm just like, I don't have the reaction time anymore to understand everything that's going on, and, my son that I played Minecraft with, he's 10. The first time he played Marvel Rivals like a year ago, he was getting like MVP of the matches that we were in. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I saw A New Hope in my grandpa's basement on, like, Thanksgiving in the 90s, I want to say. I grew up as a Star Trek kid, and for a long time I didn't see Star Wars because I was like, it feels like weird sci-fi. It's like sci-fi fantasy, and I don't care. And then one day it was like a holiday of some sort, and there was a marathon on, and I watched the first two, and then I had to go eat. But I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, this is good. This is actually a good thing. I like it. All right. Well, you all can continue to compare gray hairs with each other, and I'm going to mine some iron. I will say, I kind of don't want to go back and look at the old VODs of when I would go on camera, because I have a feeling I had no gray hair back then, and I have a good amount of gray hair now. I don't like that. You know what game I used to play when I was a kid that was very relaxing was Myst. I know I played the Riven remake on the channel a while back, but Myst was really good. And I bring that up because I was yesterday cleaning out some old, like we had some boxes in the closet of old like consoles and stuff, and it had old PC games in it too that I hadn't played in forever. And Myst 4 and 5 was in the box, and I was like, man, I barely remember 4 and 5. 5 was not very good. 4 was okay. But that and oh man, these two Spider-Man games, maybe you guys have played. Web of Shadows? Web of Shadows and Shattered Dimensions. Those were both like Shattered Dimensions was like Across the Spider-Verse before that was a concept. It was a very cool game. And Web of Shadows, I want to say was like a symbiote. Like the symbiotes were the bad guys. It was a very Venom-focused video game. Alright, it's time to get back to base. Where is base? This general direction. The first Star Wars that I saw in theaters was, and this was only because of the amount of time between movies, but it was Phantom Menace. That was the first one I saw in theaters, and I will say I was not impressed at the time. I was like, oh, this is how Star Wars movies are going to be now, huh? That's like, I had just gotten into Star Wars, like a couple of years ago was the event at my grandpa's house where I watched him in the basement. And it was like, oh, I've just gotten into it, they're very cool, and now this is what those new ones are like, huh? Okie doke. And then, hilariously, what was the second prequel? It was the Clones, Attack of the Clones. I saw that one in theaters 4 times because people kept going, hey, I want to go see that new Star Wars movie. You want to go with? And I'd be like, yeah, okay. And I just kept going with random people to see this movie. So I didn't think any of the prequels were very good. I suspect that there's a nostalgia factor in, because I've heard some people say that looking back, they actually enjoyed them. And I get you enjoyed them. You know, if you were like a kid or whatever, it was your childhood, like I get that. But, like, objectively, still, I don't think they were very good. The graphics were okay for the time, you know, which is fine. It was mostly the writing was not very good. This is apparently, if you put me in a multiplayer stream and then the other players don't show up, then this just becomes Duke airs grievances about pop culture and whatnot. That's what this whole stream has been, basically. I remember... Which Star Wars movie was it? I want to say it was Revenge of the Sith. I want to say it was Revenge of the Sith. I was sitting in the second row of the theater, and in front of me were some, I don't know, like 15-year-olds or something like that. They were not, let's see, 15 is probably high school age, right? They were probably not high schoolers. They were probably like 7th and 8th graders or something like that. But this one kid is talking to the others, and he just goes like, Star Wars is more important than girls and oxygen. And he's like listening to all this stuff, and I'm like, man, I bet that kid died. Too bad for him. You kind of need oxygen. But, yeah, I guess I'll keep on going. Let me give my opinions on all the Star Wars movies. The first episode of the Clone Wars cartoon, which was released theatrically for some reason. Wait, where's the hanger? Going the wrong way. No, that's not the hanger. I was going the right way. This is the hanger. Not great. The show turned out to be awesome. Actually, one of my favorite shows. Clone Wars. But the opening movie that they showed in theaters was not great. I think people lacked the context of what they were going for. And if you view it as just the first, like, 2 or 3 episodes of a cartoon, then it was actually pretty good. But if you view it as a theatrical movie, it's not very good. Rogue One, pure cinema. One of my favorite Star Wars movies. I love it. Solo, well executed, but didn't really think we needed that movie. And a lot of things about it I did not care for. It was a story that did not need to be told. The sequels. Yeah, we're gonna do feats of strength soon, Pixel Daddy. We're gonna get through the grievances, and then we're gonna do feats of strength. Yeah, so like I enjoyed Solo. I thought it was good. As far as the movie goes, like it was a well-made movie, and the story was fine. It was just like, why do I need to know Han Solo's backstory? Why do I need to know, spoiler alert, that his last name isn't actually Solo and it's just like a goof? You know, I don't need to know these things. It's not. You could have made a different movie, and filled me in on something important. You know, like I kind of did. Like Rogue One, I kind of had that thought for a while of like, I don't need to know this. I just need to know, like I know what happened at the end of it, so that's fine. But it turned out to be a really good, well-done story, and, you know, was interesting in its own right. So, but the sequels, like, here's my opinion on the sequels, and I think I've given this opinion on stream before, but, The Force Awakens, I'm gonna need a kelp crisp for this. The Force Awakens. The more I talk about this, I'm watching my live viewer count drop off. It's funny. The Force Awakens, I immediately recognized, like, oh, these are the exact same beats from A New Hope. And, you know, I know some of my friends were like, that was just A New Hope all over again. Like, why did we even bother with this? And some other people that I knew were they just loved that there was a new Star Wars, and they didn't really think too hard about it, which is a perfectly fine way to engage with Star Wars. Don't think too hard about it. But I saw it, and I took the kind of pragmatic approach of like, well, look, yes, it does appear that they just swapped out characters and a couple of minor things. They were like, we're doing the whole thing again. And on that level, it felt very familiar. In the moment, it felt very good, and then I was like, but let's just see where they go with it, right? It's the first movie. We know it's a trilogy. I'm not going to pass judgment on the setup until I see the execution. And now you can see where I'm going with this and what my opinion will be. But, you know, where's the execution of this? You know, like, they're clearly setting stuff up. Where's it going to go? And, I'm going to start flying after some more iron while I'm talking. Now, The Last Jedi, this is I think might be a controversial one, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because they took chances. And when I look back on it overall, I'm like, okay, well, the execution actually didn't really pan out. I appreciated that they took chances with it. After The Force Awakens, which felt like we're playing this very safe, extremely safe, I was like, this better not be extremely safe for all three of these movies. I don't care about that. So The Last Jedi being so different and taking a lot of chances, I appreciate it. That said, there were many things about it that I didn't care for, just like in general, but as a concept, I was like, I'm glad they did this. I'm glad they took the chance, even though it didn't really work. But they took the chance, and I appreciate that. And at the same time, I'm also thinking, like, we got one more movie. They can stick the landing here, right? They could, okay, so yeah, maybe it's a little bit of a misstep, but we can pull this whole thing together, and we can stick the landing. And then they just completely fumbled the landing. Like, the Rise of Skywalker is just, I don't even have the words to describe how much it was like we're going to just eat ourselves. Like, we're going to eat our own tail here and just whatever. And then when in my mind, having said I can't judge the entire thing until I've seen them all, having seen them all, I went, yeah, this was all garbage. This whole thing was a waste of time. This was all garbage. Maybe there were some good parts along the way. It had some fun parts, but yeah, this didn't need to happen. We didn't need to do any of this. Could have been a lot better. And yeah, that's my opinion on the Star Wars. The next Spaceballs movie, I am very much looking forward to it. I have a feeling that it is going to be the exact the exact kind of palate cleanser that we need, in the same way that like Galaxy Quest was a fantastic companion to Star Trek. I hope the next Spaceballs movie is like that as well. If you all are Star Trek fans and you haven't watched Lower Decks, I definitely recommend that, because that's another fantastic like love letter to the franchise. But I have enjoyed the Thrawn stuff that's been in the various TV shows, even though it is not accurate to the books in most ways. I have still enjoyed it, being let's see, where did that started in Rebels. Okay, so Star Wars Rebels is probably my favorite bit of Star Wars media. If you've never watched the Rebels cartoon, I think that is my favorite bit of Star Wars. I love that story from start to finish. And then that's where Thrawn first shows up in the new universe. But thoughts on Firefly? Okay, yeah, we're just jumping around. Let's do it. Thoughts on Firefly. I love Firefly. I didn't watch it when it was on. I'm the kind of person that, like, something has to have been on for a while, long enough to enter the zeitgeist before I even am aware of it. So I didn't even become aware of Firefly, I think, until Serenity came out, the movie. But I really did enjoy Firefly. It's a very shiny show. I wish it had more episodes. I like that universe. It's kind of different. Oh, hold on. I'm full. It's kind of different because I think there's an implication that everything takes place within a single solar system. There isn't really interstellar travel. It's all just in between the planets of the system that I'm trying to remember if that's the case or not, but I think the way it ended up, where they talk about the Reavers a lot, and then Reavers ended up in this game through mods, but they talk about the Reavers a lot, You don't really see them a whole lot in the show, and then they become the main bad guy of the movie. That kind of worked out well. But I do wish that there had been more episodes of that. I liked the mishmash of sci-fi, Western, Asian fusion thing going on that they had there. I like the music that I play in the background when I'm playing Space Engineers is a lot of like 80s synth pop, synth wave kind of stuff, but I did used to mix in like Western twang kind of things specifically because there's a lot of things about Space Engineers that reminds me of Firefly. So, Captain Coffee Bean. Yep, welcome. I don't know if you've been watching, but welcome to the chat. But yeah, man, what other sci-fi can I give you opinions on? Farscape is one of those shows that is amazing, and then I think it kind of maybe overstayed its welcome slightly at the end, but along the way, absolutely fantastic characters, fantastic story. Farscape, if you've never seen it, go watch it. Half the characters ended up on Stargate. I need to rewatch Farscape. I think I've got it on DVD, I want to say. I need to rewatch Farscape. Scorpius is a masterpiece of a villain. And all the characters are really good. All the characters are great. Babylon 5. I am a huge fan of Deep Space Nine. And I know that Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5 have very similar concepts, although not really, having seen both of them. It's really only very high level concepts that are like they're both in a space station, and that's kind of about it. A frontier space station, that's really it. But I love Babylon 5. I think I've watched the entire series a couple of times, and it's a really good story. And I appreciate that Straczynski was able to kind of roll with the changes that the production was kind of throwing at him, where they had to like recast people and kind of change the story and then make it all like it all comes together. And I think the only problem with Babylon 5 is the same problem that Stargate SG-1 has, which is it had a satisfying ending after 4 seasons, because that was the plan. And then they made him do a 5th season, and the 5th season was, kind of a mess, because they had to figure out what to do. They weren't planning on having a 5th season. And I don't know if you knew this about Babylon 5, but like the finale episode, some of the characters didn't come back for season 5. But the finale has all of the characters from season 4 in it. That's because they shot that at the end of season 4, and it was supposed to be the series finale, but when they were told they had to make a season 5, they just held on to that episode and just showed it at the end of season 5. But Battlestar Galactica, I never watched, well, I won't say never. I've only seen a couple episodes of the original one. But the new one, the 2003, 4, I don't remember exactly when it started. That one, am I on fire? I don't think I'm on fire, that's weird. The new one was really good, and I will say, I am proud of myself. I guessed the surprise ending in the middle of season 2, and just had to kind of hold on to it. If you guys have never seen, can I spoil Babylon 5? Can I spoil Ron Moore's Babylon 5? The deal is that, there's the Cylons. The Cylons are robots, and some of them look like humans. And then you got the humans, and they're from various different planets, and many of them are from a planet called Caprica. None of them are from Earth, but they're trying to get to Earth. And That's the plan. They've been told Earth is a planet out there that exists, and they're trying to get to it. And they, along the way, one of the Cylons, number 6, they all just have numbers. The ones that look like humans, they have numbers. 6 comes to Earth, and she meets with Baltar. This is in the beginning. She meets with Gaius Baltar, and he accidentally helps her carry out the elimination of the majority of the human race. But she dies, the copy of her dies in the process, and then right afterwards, she shows up as like a thing that only Baltar can see. And she talks to him all the time, and like part of the first season is him trying to figure out, is he going crazy, or is it's something implanted in his brain that's making him see her? Like, what's the deal? And somewhere around, I want to say it's in the middle of season 2, there's a scene where Baltar he's like, they're in a room together, and he's just like interrogating her, and he's trying to like get her to say how he's able to see her. And she normally wears this like sexy red dress and everything. All of a sudden she just changes, and like her hair is no longer done up, and she's just wearing like sweats and a hoodie, and she sits down and she goes, okay, here's the deal. I am an angel sent by God to guide you to the promised land, or something like that. And he doesn't believe her, but the moment I saw that scene, I was like, oh, she's telling the truth. That's actually what's going on here. And they just laid it out in front of us, because they knew that most of us would go, that's so ridiculous, we're just going to assume that she's just making a joke out of it. And that turned out to be true. That was the actual reality of Babylon 5, was that God sent an angel to guide them to Earth. So yeah, that was Battlestar Galactica, and that was a difficult one, because I don't know if any of you remember watching it live, but like there was an entire year between the end of season 3 and the start of season 4. There was an entire year, and then they only showed half of season 4, and then there was an entire year break before they showed the second half of season 4. So it was a long, long time before I finally got the resolution to that. I'm going to tell you all my great shame right now. My great shame is that I have not managed to get around to watching The Expanse. I have watched all this great sci-fi. It's my favorite genre. And I have never managed to get around to watching The Expanse. And I will someday. You don't have to tell me how good it is or that I should watch it. I will. It always slips my radar. And I think, there's like a new series coming out soon, isn't there? Oh, what do we got going on? Okay, so that's going to be refining. All the refineries are... okay, some of the refineries are not piped up yet, it looks like. That probably makes sense. So we're going for the gold right now. Let's see how... Yeah, Boomer and Athena were the ones played by Grace Park. Oh, we're looking good here. We've got a lot of ship. Wait, is it done? Is it done? Oh man, if it's done, we could move it and get that antenna out of the... Or not antenna, the solar tower out of the way. Oh man, okay. We're gonna need to... I think it's done, guys. I should... once again, I should just do this through the thing, but I'm gonna do this real quick. No. That one. Okay, good. Then I can go in and turn them all on later. I agree on your assessment of parks. Let's see. Let me catch up. Captain Coffee Bean, thank you very much. It was the The hallways are, I'm proud of them too. They turned out better than I was expecting. So anyway, yeah, this thing seems to be done. Wait, if it's done, why aren't we using all of the refineries? Hang on. Oh, I think I'm going to have to reset up the toolbar, it would seem. Actually, is my projector still on? No, it's not. Okay. I'm going to try something. This doesn't always work, but let's turn all of this off for a second. And put the Eagle 5 back in the blueprint. It should be this one. Oh, I need to tell it to keep that blueprint. Keep. Cannot do it. Alright. What I wanted to do is get rid of this chair and then reproject the blueprint so that it can get welded back up again, and sometimes that will help bring the stuff that was programmed into it back in. Not always, but we'll see. Alright, let me keep the projection for a moment here. Nope, not at all. Why are there drills? Oh. You know, it's entirely possible that I never reprogrammed the chair from distant stars. This thing a long time ago had a drill on the front of it. So, alright, last thing I'm going to do here is fire it up. Let's see, how are the reactors? I should, at some point, go and get... Oh, they're all on. Oh. No, wait, some of them are incomplete. Why are some of them incomplete? Let's see, so they exist, but the projector didn't project them up. What? Are we... Oh, we are probably low on any of these. Which thing are we low on? Maybe we're not going to cut this off just yet. Okay, so cobalt, we got silver. We ran out of silver. That's why the reactors aren't done. That's okay. We have enough reactors. We should be able to move it. So I can cut it off. We have enough reactors. We can cut it off, redock it. And then next time I can go and get silver, and we can just finish welding it all up. I need a place to move it to so that the solar panel is not in the way. And I guess I could just move it. I guess I could just take this and keep extending it out a bit and just move it. Let's do that. Do I want to disconnect now? Let me double check that we got uranium in it. I know the batteries are charged up, but let's see, CR's reactors, we need the E5 reactors. Okay. E5 reactors have some uranium, so we're good. Yeah, let's just get rid of this. We'll just probably move this outward a bit. And we're going to just move the ship. Yeah, I know. There you go. Go get those. We'll just move the ship over a bit and then hopefully not destroy the solar tower in the process. I'm glad that these are sticking into the ground here a bit so that it's not fully... oh, see, the sun's coming up over there. That means... Get back in the shadows here. The ship is going to be blocking the sun. Okay, new plan. New plan. I don't have the build and repair colors on me. New plan. I want to do this quick so I can end the stream soon. Let's see. I want to set the current build color so I can then take all this from me. We're going to move this out in a different direction from here. We're going to go forward instead of whatever that is. So we're going to go this way, and that way the ship itself hopefully won't block the sun. Oh, there we go. Nope. Let's see. Let's go up one. Oh, space above and beyond was good too. Any of you all ever watch Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future? Is that far enough, you think? Go up there? That should be far enough forward. Actually, I could count how far forward we need to go. So we need to go like, basically like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. More than 10. Definitely gone more than 10. But 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20. Let's go just a little bit more. I need interior plate. Oh, I can't because I disconnected it. It's sitting inside the Eagle 5, huh? We will, once we reconnect it, it'll sort out all the issues with inventories. Alright, let's give it a... Let's just give it a junction and a interior block to sit on. That puts it in the ground. And then we'll go up, just in case, just so that if something breaks, we don't completely fall over here. And then we're going to go... How high up do we need to go just to keep it about the same? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 plus 1, and we're already going up 1, 2. So really this plus a connector. Oh, great. Alright, so it's going to sit way over here for now. Oh, Sequest that was my show, man. When that one was on, that one was awesome. That was, I particularly liked Sequest because it was like sci-fi, but underwater, which was unique. So, alright, what sort of groups, oh man, I gotta clean this all up. What groups do I have that I could throw in the thing here? So we got the batteries already. Recharge on off. Reactors we could put. Toggle on off. I should probably put the weapons, but refineries, reactors. What do I not have a thrusters? E5 ion thrusters. There we go. Let's put those right at the front. And I don't have anything for the connectors. I don't even know which connectors are which. Dock. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll just get out and dock it. Alright, so we're gonna say reactors. 4 on, 6 off. 3 on, 7 off. Okay, we're gonna E5 reactor. Okay. This reactor, all of these reactors. Is this the group of reactors? Yeah. Okay. All of you on who can turn on. 7 on, 3 off. That sounds good. Okay. All thrusters on. Now let's go sever this thing. And we're going to have to move to the side first, let the solar panel get out of the way, and then kind of bring ourselves back in. Because it's going to try and fling itself around because the sun is behind it. So, let's... we need to take you out of here. Because you're going to want to do a thing. And I guess we will... Actually, you know what? Let me do it. Let me have the build and repair do it, because then it'll sever it and take away the extra column at the same time. Alright, then I'm going to get back up in there. We should be becoming a separate grid. Oh, that was probably it. Okay, so we are going to move. Oh, we are not. There we go. Convert to ship. Move. Oh! We lost one solar panel. And potentially... Yeah, we lost the corner of a... What's... Oh. Well, my screen is still floating. Okay, so we lost one block on the side there and one piece of solar panel. That's not bad. We'll get that fixed up. Alright, so... Now I just need to line up with... You know what I should have done was turned off the solar controller. That would have been a better use of this. Alright. This thing is actually more nimble than the miner. Did I need to go forward more? I might have. Well, we'll just use one of the further back docking ports here. And we should be good. Okay. Are we pretty much lined up? Not bad, not bad. Bring it down. I don't have any cameras on these things, so who knows? I wasn't planning on docking the ship. I was planning on having the ship... Why do we seem to be moving? Okay. I'm going to turn those off. Run out there and just manually connect that. There we go. Oh, wait. Not the right thing. Switch lock. There we go. Okay. Seems like we are repairing something. That's a good thing. Did I have a repair projector on here? Does anybody remember? Probably I don't. That would be a good thing to have, huh? Nope. So maybe that's something to add. Okay. Oh. I'm out of oxygen. Shoot. Good. I kind of missed that. I don't have a bottle on me. I completely forgot that Sequest transitioned to 2032. I like Michael Ironsides. Or Ironside, whatever it is. I like him as an actor, but DSV was definitely a better show than 2032. Alright, so I think, meeting a kelp crisp. We are docked now. We are good to go. The door is... Oh. What? There we go. I think there's still some stuff to do. We do have our... Everything's good to go there. We go up here. We should have... Okay. Does he still do the... Okay, I might have to reprogram you because he seems to be asleep. Alright, might have to set that back up again. Alright. I think we're good. I'm going to turn the reactors off on this thing because I don't need them to be powering anything. We have another reactor on the base. And I think... why am I only at 130 health? When did I die? When did I die? I don't remember. I don't remember dying. Alright, so the Eagle 5... Oh, it still doesn't have one of its jump drives. Apparently there's still more to do, and we will take care of that next time. Let me see how we're doing on material here, so I know, because I might go do some mining tomorrow or sometime between the next stream. Oh, we still have gold. What's our... What? Oh, the silver. We need the silver. That's right. Okay. There's a silver asteroid around. I'll go grab some silver at some point. Yeah, so we're good to go. So next stream, hopefully the last bits of this will be completed. I will fix up the little chunk that got taken out of here. Thankfully, it was nothing important. And hopefully that screen will reattach to where it's supposed to be. Let me put a solar panel on here real quick, just because I know it's going to be like a... We're going to want the extra power here. There we go. Alright, that's good. That's good. We should have all of the necessary bits for that. Okay, so the Eagle 5 has landed. That means... we can I close these doors? Do I have a button for that? I should. Doesn't seem like I may have programmed the buttons, or maybe the programming didn't hold. Let me just do that from here real quick. So, next week, assuming the guys are available, we will be... Oh, that door is not in the group, apparently. That's weird. Let me fix that real quick. Door. You know, this ship has no... it just occurred to me. This ship has... Because it was designed before Apex Survival, it doesn't have a... the food processor thing. So we're going to probably want to do some minor modifications to this thing. It doesn't have a farm area, of course. But we'll just bring all of our kelp crisps with us. Hangar. Which one is missing? Hangar door. Which door is this? E5 hangar door. Oh, you know what? Let me just use the thing right here. There it goes. That was weird. Just seems to be lagging behind the rest. Okay, so... yeah, in fact, what we'll do is we have so much algae stored up already. We're just going to throw algae in here, and we'll find a place to stick a food processor. It won't be a big deal. In fact, we could probably put it somewhere near-ish to the bridge. Or if we really wanted to hide it, like if we really needed to, we have these little areas, little nooks and crannies. We could just stick one in here, like it could just sit right there and we would never see it, but it would work. In fact, we're just going to do that so that I don't have to forget about it next time. It's just going to sit right here, put food into the system. There. Done. And I don't need to see it there. I don't need to see it there. So there we go. So we'll just load the place up with the algae. Oh, I can't get out. And then we'll be good to go. So next time, we won't... we may leave the planet, or the asteroid, and start heading toward another planet. But we got to finish the rest of the ship here I do want to, excuse me. I do want to still do what I was planning to do today, which was to do a tutorial on how to build a small grid ship, because the guys that I'm playing with have never built any sort of vehicle on their own. And so, assuming they will be here next time, then we will be kind of doing a tutorial on, a little walkthrough on this is how you build. This is what you need in order to have a ship. It doesn't have to look good. It's just going to be more like, here are all of the... Here's what a ship needs in order to function. Gyros, thrusters, etc., etc. I'm going to go sleep inside of here. So that'll be that, and then hopefully that doesn't take the whole time, and we'll be able to, while they're doing that, I could finish up the ship. I do love that it is sideways compared to the rest of the base, but I don't care. We will finish... we might be able to set out toward a planet. I think we're going to go to the alien planet, is the plan. So, that will be next Sunday. Next Thursday, I will be back in the Stellar Garage to potentially finish up the Explorer. And then next Friday, Elder Scrolls Online. We're doing a bit of content in High Rock right now, if anybody's interested in the Elder Scrolls universe. Let me do this. I haven't used the conference room. Let me use the conference room. All right. We have nothing going on in the farming right now. Farming department. Okay, so then after that, we will be back here. So if we finish the Explorer in Thursday's Stellar Garage stream, then I'm going to try to make the next stream after that on Thursday be the start of a new survival series, if I can get my act together in time. If not, we'll think of something to do for 1 week just to kind of keep it going, and then we'll eventually figure it out. So that'll be that. So my next stream will be Thursday. I do want to thank everybody for hanging out in the chat. A lot of people, a lot of new faces today, or new names at least. I can't really see your faces. Probably for the best. But a lot of new names today, and I appreciate that. If you have not liked the stream, please consider putting a like, hitting that like button. If you'd like to get notified when I go live, please consider subscribing. And I will see you all on Thursday. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care.